A bipartisan group of Republican and Democrat senators are seeking to strip Joe Biden of his war-making powers here in Washington, D.C., here in the Senate. This is a huge and unprecedented move. What do these senators know? What do these people know about Joe Biden that we don't? Well, we can see the clips. We can watch Joe Biden. We can watch his everyday, day-to-day. And we know what's going on. We can see exactly on this channel what's happening. You can watch Joe Biden's clips here. I will show them to you. It's almost cruel. The only reason I show them, and I'm very careful here, is not to make fun of Joe Biden. I'm not making fun of Joe Biden. I show them because you are an American and you need to know who's in control of your country. You need to know who's in command of your military. You need to know when your kids aren't in school, or when your COVID checks don't come, or when full-on communism gets brought to America. You need to know why. And the reason why is that you have a mentally diminished, mentally declining man in the White House. The people who run him know this. They did this on purpose, and they need to be held accountable. What is happening here is wicked. Now, I think Joe Biden is wrecking the country. This isn't in defense of Joe Biden, but it is in defense of what the actual operation is here and what is actually happening. Okay? So go ahead and read the article. This is from the Daily Wire. Let's go. A bipartisan group of senators on Wednesday introduced legislation seeking to rein in war powers from Joe Biden by repealing 2 decades-old military authorizations. The move comes on the heels of Biden's military airstrike in Syria on Thursday night without seeking congressional approval. The legislation, introduced by Senator Tim Kaine — that's insane. Senator Tim Kaine ran with Hillary Clinton, was her running mate just 4 years ago. So this isn't some backbencher guy. This is a big-time senator in the U.S. Senate on the Democratic side. And Tom Young, Republican Indiana, would repeal the 1991 and 2002 authorizations that cleared the way for prolonged military conflict in Iraq, culminating in calls for Democrats and Republicans alike, the so-called forever wars in the region, Politico reported. Kaine emphasized Congress's responsibility in relation to war efforts. This is a quote. Last week's airstrike in Syria showed that the executive branch, regardless of party, will continue to stretch out its powers, the Democrat and former VP candidate says. Congress has a responsibility not only to vote to authorize new military action that is true via the Constitution, but to repeal old authorizations that are no longer necessary. Young said the same thing, that Congress has been operating on autopilot when it comes to military force. Congress has been operating on autopilot when it comes to our essential duties. This is a quote: to authorize the use of military force. He said the fact that authorizes for both of these wars are still law today is illustrative of the bipartisan failure of Congress to perform its constitutionally mandated oversight role. That's right. It is constitutionally mandated for Congress to have oversight over the executive. Obviously, we know the Constitution. We read the Constitution here. This is really massive, and maybe it has a chance to happen. Joe Biden is running a massively progressive campaign, and this could be huge. So stay tuned, guys.